Hello, I'm Landis, and this is Banished. Since the last episode, not very much has happened. We've almost finished constructing the trading post. A bit later than intended, but it's almost there. The weather's chilled out a bit, and I've set the labourers off to go collect some more stone. It's time we started expanding the central area of our city with a market, which I think I'll rotate this way. That way's better. We have enough resources to do that, which is handy. We've just picked up another labourer, so we'll have somebody to staff the trading post as soon as that's built. Now, the trading post is exceptionally useful because it will allow us to stock up on a lot of things, and due to the way the game is set up. Oh, got our first death of old age. We've lost one of our hunters, which is a little sad. It's charred as well. We are going to start seeing a lot of our older generation passing away now, which may cause us a little problem. Let's drop this builder off and we get ourselves a trader. Now, the trader is exceptionally useful in that A, it gives us extra storage, so if we're running high on stuff, we can fill this up and our trader will run off and go collect those and keep it stocked for us. We can use for trading. Firewood, because of the way the game is set up at the moment, is probably the best, cheapest thing you can trade for, with each one being worth 4. So with 500 in the storage, we'll have a total value of 2,000, which is not enough to buy the most expensive items. But I don't want to fill it up too fast, as I don't want to run out of firewood. I want to give it a chance to recover. Our stone and iron is low, but we're not actually spending any more stone for the time being, and we're only using iron for the tools, which we are over our limit on at the moment. You see our forest is growing out nicely. We're going to just continue to let it grow, because as it grows out here, these trees on the outside rim will help keep the inside forest nice and full. Now, one thing we're going to need to start building sooner rather than later is our church. Find a nice location for that. Maybe start drawing it out as well. So if we ran this road here, and how far up? We can go about here. Not bad. Yeah, I can live with that. The main reason to have a church is purely because it will boost the local happiness. Where have we put the road? There. Just there. We're going to pause this because there's no way we've got anywhere near enough stone for that. But that'll raise the general happiness level of our population once we have it built. And the other thing that goes with the church is the cemetery. We'll obviously put right next to the church. For the sake of symmetry, I'm going to keep it as wide. We'll come over as far as we can. We'll plonk that down there. Now, that's going to need a lot of stone. And I realise I have just cut off access to behind the building, which may become a pain later. So I'm going to head back and do it again. This time leaving a gap. So it's there, isn't it? Yeah. 11 by 18. It's not too bad. And just for the sake of it, we'll run you there. And why not? We'll stick the path in the middle. Now we're not going to pause the cemetery, we're going to leave that going because it's not too much stone in comparison. It won't take a worker, and every time somebody dies there'll be a gravestone where our citizens can go to mourn the loss of their loved one. Right, so with that set up, I'm going to make sure we've got some stone on the go. We have 2 building projects, one of which is almost done, and we have plenty of work to keep our labourers busy. We have our market, which we can drop 1 labourer into for now. Now what this does is it will start collecting everything it needs for the buildings in its area. So it will collect food to stock these houses, firewood to stock these houses, leather and clothes to stock this, to stock the tailor, and to stock the houses. Same with tools. And it will keep them all in one centralised location. So any of the houses inside the circle will head to the market to pick up everything, instead of going to the barn to pick up food and then heading to the nearest stockpile to pick up firewood. They'll be able to get it all from this one location. Our firewood, not full yet, but it's also recovered quite nicely, so we'll leave that with a small increase. And we are actually building the cemetery. That's going to be done shortly as well. So year 10 has been quite productive. I've managed to finish off what I needed to do before year 10. I've already got started on the next stage. Now we do not have enough iron for the church. Logs, not a problem. Stone is low. Now we can build an iron mine, although I don't think there's anywhere relatively close we can. We can do one here. And we can get one here as well. But we don't have the labourers for it. It is a massive investment, both in time and space. So that'll essentially become wasted space there. And a quarry, well, that's an even bigger waste of space. And if you use the trader right, you won't have to worry about ever needing stone. Plus, as you can see, there's plenty for us to get over here still. Just waiting for our population to grow. Let's see how we're doing. Right, so you're fully stocked. Ideally, I want this around 1,000 before the first trader shows up. And as you can see here, our market has pretty much collected everything house is going to need. Firewood, lots of the food, the coats, the tools, iron and logs for the blacksmith. And there's no leather at the moment to stock the tailor, which again is a problem we're going to have to deal with sooner rather than later. There is a plan for that. That's why we've got the trader going. That's not too far for them to travel, so we'll leave them doing that for now. We'll take the builder off, just in case we have a double death, which is entirely possible at this stage in the game. Our food is already at its resource limit. Which is good and bad. Because I'm not entirely sure if our hunters are still out working. Just getting leather. Either way, I don't really want to increase the food storage just yet. Although, saying that, we do have plenty of space for it. So, why not stock up a bit? So, let's double our food storage capacity. Forest is looking a little thin again. Alright, firewood is recovered. Let's throw that all the way up to 1,000. Give ourselves 4,000 trading value. Just in case the trader comes along with something nice. Although I haven't traditionally gone for a centre of town, with this map how it is, it's not really possible. We'll probably end up building a lot around this little bit here. Maybe get another forest going up here. Increased hunting and food. We've got another labourer. I'm going to immediately whack onto a builder. I believe we still have paths that need making. Yeah. Now we're in early winter. I'm going to want to start sending people out to collect some iron as soon as late winter hits. There we go. So late winter's hit. I'll keep an eye on how far I'm actually sending them. Okay, so that'll be all the iron down there done. And down there. This little bit here. At this stage we are kind of pushing our luck with how far down we're sending them. We'll highlight this for now and see how they do. There's no real way we can get a decent bridge going on either. We can get one here. Get over to these supplies. Maybe get over here with a couple of bridges. Not a bad idea actually. Just took the road through here, over a bridge. And then another little bridge. We've had another death as well. It's a bit sad. But yeah, see, we've got our first gravestone. Now it says 70. That is not essentially the limit. It's how many it can hold at one time. After a few years, graves will start to disappear. For natural decomposition, I'd imagine. You can have a lot more deaths in there than you'd expect. Our clothes are still staying steady. We've got plenty of leather coming in. And the tools, not even worried a slight bit. What I'm going to do with our food growing so fast is drop the gatherers. Just to give us a nice quick boost of labourers. So we're in early summer. How are we doing with the collection? Well, we have not even started moving down yet. We've had a relatively large population boom. Oh! That little blue icon is an indicator that a trader has arrived. If we're lucky, we can have something we want. Go over to the trade tab. Chickens, which are okay for food, but I don't really want to start a chicken farm. Some peach and apple seeds, which are two different types of trees, will be quite useful in the future. I don't really want them now. No reason I can't push for them. So we're not going to be able to actually do enough of both. And we'll go for the peach seed. Let's be a bit exotic. So that's done. At this stage I can send him away. What I'm going to try and do is, we know we need 625. We're only 250 away. And this guy is now going to try and fill up our firewoods. If we put the timer back on and it run, we might be able to get just enough to buy the other seeds. Because they will wait around for quite a while. Give ourselves a few more labourers. There we go. So we've got enough. And he's still here. So we'll whack in the apple seeds. We'll get 625. Our chickens are very cheap. You see, they actually cost less than one piece of firewood. And they give good food. They give you both the chicken meat and eggs. It's a large space commitment I'm not capable of making at this stage. Plus it's gonna... I've probably already destroyed my ability to replenish that firewood quickly enough to keep the houses warm. But we have picked up 2 seeds, which later on will become much better. Oops. But when you finish with the trade, it's always best to dismiss them so that the counter for the next one will start. And what you can do is just leave the trade window over here. So whenever a trader shows up, you'll see immediately what you've got and what they've got. I'm not going to do that because my screen's a bit crowded and I'm recording this. Just block a lot of the view for you. See how we're doing over here with our gathering. We will very soon have organised religion. And another death. This should start, as you can see, clearing away the older population, which will give us another child boom. Wow, they've lived to a nice old age. Again, it's going to free up a house. Another house. Yeah, we're looking at a few more deaths coming sooner rather than later. We do have a nice steady growth chain. Plenty of people in jobs we can pull if we need to. Okay, I'm actually going to drop now fishermen to half and the gatherer to half, because our food supplies are well above what they need to be. I'll actually use that to rush this church. Our graveyard is starting to become slightly more full. And we have our church. So, let's stick ourselves a cleric in and watch people start to become even more happy. It'll be a long time before we need another one. Switch this over to trade. We've almost got enough firewood. Come on, fella. Although if he's got anything good, this is going to completely rinse us of firewood. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, sheep. Sheep are good. Sheep are a good source of food. They'll also allow us to make warm coats. 20 by 20. We could whack it in there. I mean, I wouldn't want to keep it there. For now, it'd be a good close location. Will allow us to get a stock of woolen clothes instead of leather clothes, which will last longer. 76 logs. Yeah, we're gonna do it. So let's get some builders on that. We're not going to bother with a path around it because, as I said, I don't plan on using that as the permanent place for it. This will become more of a residential area, with maybe another mini crossroads built up here, some services and houses up here. What I was originally thinking is make a nice little area for farming. That may end up being the actual location. What we're going to do is we want all 6 sheep. We don't want to be messing about with the numbers. He wants 3,600. I'm going to leave that running a second as we've got nowhere to put the sheep. I'm definitely not going to be able to cope with that amount of firewood leaving in one go. So let's put you there. And let's increase your priority. And the good thing about this is we can get quite a lot of sheep if you get the actual number in this pen. It's only going to cost us 2 labourers. So the 2 people we have set up as builders are going to go straight in there, and we're going to have ourselves some extra food. So we're not really going to suffer from the loss of the gatherers or the fishermen, which you can see already we've started losing massive amounts of food from. It looks like we would have had time to wait till it was built. We're going to switch this to sheep. Get ourselves a couple of herdsmen. And we'll come over and immediately move the sheep over to the pen. Now I'm going to leave this one pinned over here just so I can see how many sheep I've got. Also be able to check if I'm getting any wool. It also means if you're paying more attention, you're going to be able to see if I lose a sheep or if I gain a sheep. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the like button. Maybe subscribe, check out the rest of the channel. If there's anything you'd like to see, leave a comment and let me know. I've been Landis, this has been Banished. Thank you very much, and see you soon.